Okay, here's our final grid of the day then. Race 3, and of course the grid is reversed from the results of race 2 to shake things up a little. On the front row of the grid we've got Kieran Thomas in the K-Tech Racing Subaru, and in the independent Subaru we've got Callum Baker. On row 2 we've got Rob Pellett in Hyundai Genesis, and we've got Dalbeer Thin in the Lexus RCF. On row 3 then we've got the 2 Ford Mustangs, the 2 Craigs, Craig Kellett and Craig Hodgson. On row 4 we've got the 2 VWs of Team 5 Promar of Nico Clausen and Sven Slebioda. On row 5 we've got the Renault here of Sam Parker and the Renault of Josh Hardy, and on the back row of the grid we've got K-Tech Racing, Tom Foster and Darren Parker in the Renault. Here we go then, last race of the day, a reverse grid at Monza. Kieran Thomas and Callum Baker on the front row of the grid. Let's see what happens with Tom and Sam at the back of the grid there. And away they go, the 2 Subarus are quick off the line as normal. Everyone else seems to get a good start as well. So they all go down into the first corner, first chicane. Kieran goes in okay. Well, a little bit argy-bargy. Oh, someone spun. That's Craig Kellett. Oh, he's managed to get going. Oh, but he's gone into Kieran as well. Sorry, I don't think that's Kieran, that's actually Tom. So Craig Kellett is down to 11th position already, which is a bad start for him. He's been performing pretty well. There's the 2 Renaults there. The 2 VWs. Oh, it's a little bit messy going into the chicane. Oh, that's Craig Hodgson into the barriers. All the cars are jostling for position, and Craig has gone off again into the... Oh, he's been hit. So it's a little bit messy there with both the Craigs and the Ford Mustangs as they go into the first few bends. Let's have a little look at the replays then. Let's take a little look at the onboard with Craig here then into the first chicane, and let's see whether he was hit from behind. Yeah, there's a little bit of a push there. We don't know who it was, potentially Rob there. And then, oh, contact. Oh, and it still continues to happen further on. Oh, until he gets back on the track. So, bit of a shame for Craig there. So, here's Kieran Thomas leading the pack quite comfortably. Callum Baker, he's doing pretty well. He's not letting Kieran get away. These Subarus are pretty even, and so Callum stands a good chance of potentially catching Kieran if he does keep it clean and tidy, consistent. He'll try and catch up with him. They're on board with Callum at the moment as we follow Kieran into the first chicane. That's pretty good from Callum. Oh, always on the gravel. I'm not sure what happened there, but not too bad. It's not slowing him down too much. Further down, this is a good 3rd position for Rob Pellett so far, and he seems to have got away from the rest of the pack quite well as well. And I imagine with the lack of results he's had so far, he'll want to get a decent result, and seeing this, we already see him catching up to Callum now, so he could potentially overtake him. Further down, Craig Kellett has gone up to 4th position. Now he was down in 11th after that initial off on the first chicane, so Craig is blisteringly quick. He's managed to get past the rest of the pack and into 4th, so he's back on the soft tyres now, so this will help him. And Craig needs a good result. I think he'll probably be going for a podium at least, potentially the win if he's able to catch up the 2 Subarus. Further down then, Dalbeer Thin. This is really good for him on his own in the Lexus. As we said before, the Lexus is untested. He only rolled it out literally on the evening of the qualifying, so he's got a lot of mileage to get under his belt with that car, and hopefully he can get to grips with it. Probably a bit of a test session for him for this first race, and he will hopefully get some better results further down the line, but this could be his best result if he decides to keep it clean and tidy. So the Renaults are mid-pack, hoping to get further up. We're following now with Sam Parker and Tom Foster, both on the hard tyres. They did well in the previous race, and obviously got the 1-2. Sam was very, very quick in catching up Tom, and just beat him to the last lap in the last corner. So Tom would definitely want to get one back on Sam and take at least finish ahead of him to get more points, because every point counts, sorry, in this series. Only 4 races, so once this one's finished, there's only 3 events left, and then a full season will follow on with 8 races, potentially more, which will be really, really good to watch. Hopefully more entries will be included. Josh Harding down in 9th position, probably thinking he could do with being a bit higher. If he's on those hards though, it's going to struggle. And we've got Craig Hodgson and Sven Slebioda fighting for 11th and 10th and 11th, and the VWs I think must be on the hard tyres here, because Sven is in 10th and Nico is down in last position, so they're really struggling. So this is unusual for the VWs. Let's watch these two. Oh, Craig loses the back end. So now Sven's got ahead of him, but I think the Ford Mustang's got a bit more power in it. Those VWs are smaller, maybe a bit lighter, but I don't think they've got as much power as the Fords. Sven goes into the chicane. Oh, he's gone straight across. Oh, no. That's Craig really struggling with the back end of that Ford. Let's have a keeping on Josh Hardy now, who's got Darren Parker on his backside, and Darren is putting the pressure on Josh to see if he can take over and go into 8th position. We're 4 laps down, so plenty of laps still to go, and these 2 Renaults proving to be really strong round here. Here's Dalby then down into 7th position. I think he's unfortunately just had a bit of an issue with the car. He's lost a couple of positions. A real shame for Dalby. This is still better than what he's done so far, and he's got Tom right in front of him in there in the Super. Oh, Tom's gone off. That was pretty bad for Tom. He went over the chicane and unfortunately went just too far, and I think he's struggling on the hards as well. A lot of the guys are talking about how hards are massively different to the softs, and almost like driving on ice, so a huge difference in the times. There's Dalby still. Let's see if Tom overtakes Dalby for 6th. Tom's on the outside, he's in the gravel, and he's struggling still to get the grip on those hards. As they come down under the bridge, coming into the third chicane now. Tom doing a mixture of 149s, 151, very inconsistent lap times at the moment. But I reckon he's going to be in the slipstream, and as you see, he's slowly building, but it's just not got enough pace, and he's not got the grip to get round there to get the overtake done. Let's watch. Let's see if Tom can get it done in the chicane. Oh, Dalby's gone straight off. Well, Tom didn't need to do much there because Dalby just went straight off into the background, and I don't know if he had a problem with his brakes, but oh, that was dangerous. Pretty bad from Dalby there. Let's go further up then. Here's Callum, fourth position. It's pretty good. It's a shame he's not up in the podium, but he's unfortunately been passed by Bobbert, who's doing well in that high and eye, and of course cold racer Craig Kellett, who's very much at the top of his game at the moment and showing that he's one to watch as a contender for the title if he continues to get the results he's doing at the moment. Here is Rob then. Let's have a little on board with Rob in the high and eye, and at the head there's Craig Kellett and Tom Foster. Tom Foster, that's Kieran of K-Tech Racing fighting for the lead. They're side by side as they go down the straight. And let's watch it from their point of view. Here we go then. So Craig's got the lead then. He's overtaken Kieran down the straight as they go into the chicane. Kieran doesn't go on the inside, and he doesn't risk it. He holds back, and I think he just realised he didn't quite have what it needed to get past him, and it's allowed Rob to get on the back of him. Now Rob could push for second here. He's got the pace, he's got the slipstream, and they all go into the chicane. This is close racing. This is fantastic for first, second and third now. And if Craig makes a mistake ahead, or Kieran, could allow Rob in the high and eye to get into the lead, and I think Rob will be absolutely chuffed to bits to get a win on his first event, and I don't think he expected that at all. So it's still Craig in the lead then as he goes into the chicane over the curbs. As you can see, the two behind go slightly wide, but some different racing lines they use for speed. And Rob goes slightly deep into the last corner. It's not too bad though, but I think he's lost a bit of pace from the guys ahead. But if he stays here, this is good for Rob. A podium would be his first for the season, for the series, and I think he will be happy with that. It's a good milestone to hit. Kieran's trying to go for Craig again, side by side into the chicane. But Kieran struggled to get the pace out of the corner, and it's allowed Rob to get back on him again. So this is great for the top three. We're in lap 8 of 12, so the laps are counting down, and it could allow either Kieran or Rob to take the win. On board with Kieran now. You can see Rob in his mirror. Kieran's on the gravel. That's going to slow him down. There's Rob behind him. as they go under the bridge and into the third chicane. And he nearly went into the back of him, but he's held back. It's a good decision. Let's go further down the grid then. There's Callum, who's on his own. He's got absolutely nobody in sight, so as long as he keeps all four wheels on the tarmac, he will be fine, and this will be a great result for Callum. It'll be his best result yet, and a points haul to take into the next event at Red Bull with positivity. So this is good for Callum. Further down, Sam Parker is possibly struggling on those hard tyres. I don't think they're going to do much more unless Callum makes a mistake, but this is good for Sam and for Tom. They've managed to get up into the mid-pack rather than struggle or get too involved further down. No accidents so far, so I think they'll be happy with this result being on the hard tyres. There's Darren Parker. I think he's also on the hard tyres. And Josh in 8th. Oggy's down in 9th. And he's having a bit of a battle with some of them further down. There's Dalby, who's unfortunately just slipped back further down. He was doing so well and then just lost it. And the two VWs, which are all the way down the back of the grid, which for those it's not good for the team's points, and that's going to hurt them going into Red Bull. Let's continue to watch the race at the start. Here we go. Oh, it's Kieran again and Craig, so it is right on his backside. Look at that, a little bit of a bump, pushing him, saying, I want to try and get past you, and he goes for it. He's got him. Kieran's got the lead back again, but he's just gone too deep, a bit too wide, and Craig has got the undertake. So Craig's back in the lead now, side by side as they go down into the straight. Kieran's going to try again. He's in the slipstream. He's got him. Side by side as they go into the first chicane, and Kieran's going to have to slow down. No, he's gone too much. Oh dear, that's not too bad. Kieran's managed to slow down. I think he's let Craig pass, but in saying that he slowed down, he's actually let Rob pass now. Rob is into second position. Could Rob go for the win? He's only got to catch up with Craig now. Kieran is probably a little bit devastated with the fact he was going for the win, and it's pushed him down into third position now. Oh, a little bit of a shortcut there, but that's got him some pace up to the back of Rob, and one of the stewards will look at that. Oh, Kieran is probably pushing a bit too much now. And I think he's lost his routine. He needs to get back into it. See if he can catch up with Rob. Take that second position back again and push for that lead and go for the win. We're on lap 10, so as we come down, we're going to cross the line after the last corner for lap 11. There's going to be 2 laps left. Time and laps are running down, and there's not going to be much of an opportunity for these guys to try and take the win. And Kieran is still stuck behind Rob now. Now Rob doesn't appear to be catching up with Craig, so I think he's got more of his eye on Kieran at the back and is having to defend. There we go, he's got it. Kieran's gone for it, but I think he's overdone it again. Yeah, slightly. Oh, a bit of a shove. But Rob's got back ahead. This is fantastic racing. A little bit of an argy-bargy, but nothing too aggressive. I think they'll be quite happy with how fair that is. This is a fantastic fight for second now between Rob and Kieran. Kieran's gone. Oh, look at that dive. He nearly went for it. I think he took a second thought. I know he's actually gone wide out on the exit. into the gravel, and that slowed him up, so he's got to catch back up now. Now he's lost that down to just that dive, and it didn't work out. So as you can see, he's not anywhere near as close to Rob as he was previously, so some catching up to do. And as we come down under the bridge again into the third chicane, we are Kieran cutting those corners again, a little bit naughty, and we're keeping an eye on that. I think he desperately wants that second position back. And he's running slightly wide in the final corner, but I think he wants to go for maximum speed. There's some different racing lines in that corner. You find some people like to keep it tight, some people like to go wide. There's a lot of concrete runoff, so there's not much of a risk going off too far. Final lap then. So Kieran needs to push for that second position to get ahead of Rob. Rob is pushing to see if he can take the win. It's not looking like he's too close to Craig, and I don't think he's going to be able to get him, because Craig is consistent and quick. Now, not to say that Rob's not quick, but he's just maybe not got the grunt in that hind eye to take the win, but it is still great for Rob. But saying that, we've got Kieran on the back now. Kieran's got closer again to Rob. Could Rob lose second position to Kieran? Again, I think he'll be disappointed if he does, but still a third position will be good. However, every point counts, so Rob will be ecstatic for seconds. As they come down into the final few corners then, there's the chicane. Rob's still in second. Let's have a watch of Kieran. And Rob's gone wide, he's gone on the gravel, so Kieran has got the pace, he's got the slipstream. They're side by side now. This is going to be close, so Kieran's into second position, but he's run wide, he's run really wide. Rob's got on the inside, can he get him? It's going to be a run down to the line. Who's going to have it? I think it's going to be Rob. Rob gets it. Rob gets second position. Kieran has to stay with third. But what a fight. That was fantastic to watch. Let's catch up with further down the field. Here's Callum. A little bit of a lonely race in the end. Had no one to race with, but he did what he needed to do, and he's got a really, really good points haul there for fourth position. Well done to Callum for fourth. Further down we've got Sam and we've got Tom racing for fifth and sixth. They're going to be side by side as well. Here comes Sam, he's behind Tom. No, Tom gets it. Tom keeps fifth position, Sam is sixth, Darren Parker is behind with seventh. And then much further down is Josh Hardy here in eighth, and I think he's going to take eighth with Oggy in ninth.